3, 2, 1. This is the Phantom on Many Topics. It is January 2025. We are in Potsdamer Platz at the German Spy Museum, and this is a history of spying. Okay, this is the earliest known form of spying, 1500 BC. Secret coding, secret messages inside the die of this piece of pottery. Okay, and then here's one that says, "Never trust a fake defector." The pharaoh was told by defectors that the other person's army was very far away, whereas opposed to they were very close to his army. I guess it was the Hittites who was far away, or who was supposedly far away, but they were not. They were very close by. Okay. Over here is a policeman being instructed by the Egyptian general to do away with the suspects and then hide their bodies well. Over here is Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Sun Tzu Bing Fa. He teaches us that spying is an essential part of war, and that deception is not something that's wrong, but it's definitely something that's right when you're talking about warfare. And he says that a double agent can be used to spread false information to your enemies. There's a whole lot more. There's a field trip, school field trip blocking my way, so I'll go around. Okay, and then here's some of the different kinds of spies methods on the wall. We're gonna go around. Julius Caesar had spies. Okay, he created an early form of cryptograph, and we'll show you around the corner. Okay, and that's like a wheel, and you can just apply letters, and then like if you spin the wheel around, then one letter equals a different letter, and so forth, and then you can make spy messages. Okay, and then let's go over here. We're starting to get modern into the 20th century. I skipped a lot over there because the field trip group is blocking my way, and plus I only have limited time in this building. And here is an example of Serbian intelligence who was part of the Black Hand, killed Francis Ferdinand, and he was a spy chief that started the war, the Black Hand. And then, of course, all these alliances led to World War I. And here is talking about World War I, using different kinds of spies. One of the most famous spies of World War I, let's go over here, is Matahari. This is called a honeypot spy. Okay, a honeypot is like you send in a female, usually, to become the girlfriend of a general, and then she gets secrets out and then gives it back to her home countryside. So Matahari, actually, she worked for both the French and the Germans, so she was kind of like a double agent in that sense. And then she was executed, I guess, for being a double agent. Matahari, legendary name. Okay, and what is this over here? Call Paulo Coelho. Okay, that sounds like a Portuguese name, but The Spy, a novel of Matahari. I think that's actually under my bed right now. Like, I kicked the book underneath my bed a while ago because I didn't want to clean. And, so I bought it like at a secondhand sales. Well, see, there was people selling old books at our little swimming pool party on a Saturday, and I just wanted to contribute. So I picked a few of the books, and one of them was that book there. And so I think I bought it for like 50 peso, which is $1 US, but I never read it. but I might at some point in the future now that I have reason to. And then here is her again on the other side, talking about she used to be an exotic dancer, and then she would like lure men into her confidence and then do the things that she does. Okay? And you've seen this poster here, and then I'm sure we will see one that says loose lips sink ships. That's what we were taught in the Navy, right? Loose lips sink ships. And then here's talking about all different kinds of spying going on. Spy. Okay, you got military intelligence. You have a spy balloon, like a spy balloon will fly over like in the Civil War or in World War I just to see where the enemies are. And then you have propaganda, like spreading false information, like Ukraine's winning the war when they're actually losing the war, or like sabotage, you blow up a factory or something like that. You try to install regime change, like you get rid of Saddam Hussein, or and over here, like decryption, their secret messaging, like right up there. What does that even mean? And you have to translate that. Okay, so we're gonna go upstairs. Actually, before we go upstairs, there's a set of telephone spying, and then you do the like secret code and so forth. That's this early spying machine. Okay, here's one of those secret message capsules where you put the secret message in a capsule and then you send it back to your home territory. This is another one of those spy machines where you send off a code like John has a long mustache, and that's supposed to mean we're going to invade Normandy. Okay? And here's spy machines from the German side in 1939, where they were sending messages saying when they were going to invade Poland. And then, okay. And over here, we're going to start the Cold War, which is full of spying. And let's see. Here's a book. Okay, you got... So in the Cold War, you had the Russian side, which is the KGB. And you also, in East Germany, you had the Stasi, right? You had the Stasi. And so this goes through some of the histories. Let's see what this thing is. Oh, okay, here's one of those things where you put chloroform and then you put it over somebody's mouth, and then they get unconscious. I don't know what this is. We'll keep moving. Okay. Over here, again, you have listening devices. Okay, here's listening devices. The Russians used to love to put listening devices into the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, or like, so forth, and spy and listen, and covert operations. Yes, that's what it is. Covert operations. Covert operations. And then here you have like this secret little camera. That's actually a camera. Yes, it is a camera. Can you believe that the fountain pen is a camera? Then you have these secret recording devices, or not so secret, but these are recording devices. And then you have this camera, and then you had camera and develop, like in the Navy, we had to develop film in the dark, and then you had to unspool the film and then spool it onto the machine in the dark, otherwise you couldn't pass the photography school. I started out as a photographer and then changed my job rating later. Okay, so we have little tiny cameras here, and then you had the Trabant. Okay, you had the Trabant. That's the name of the car where you can hide people in. Remember at Checkpoint Charlie, that video we showed you how to hide people underneath the engine. Okay, and here's more spy machines. Spy. Oh, this is a lady handbag. Okay, so the lady handbag is actually a photography machine. How awesome is that? That would be awesome. Okay, And there it is. That's the lady handbag spy machine. Okay? And then we'll go around here. And then, Bridge of Spies in West Berlin. I think this is checkpoint B for Bravo. Is this checkpoint Bravo? Okay, so you've been to checkpoint Charlie, but checkpoint Bravo is the one that was in the movie Bridge of Spies with Tom Hanks. Do you remember that? Okay, so you have like, this side is the GDR and the Soviet Union. I'm sorry, not for the glass, okay. Okay, so this side is the GDR, German Democratic Republic, and so this would be a spy exchange, okay? So like you'd come over here and you send, like we captured your CIA spies, and then they captured our KGB spies, and then we do an exchange, okay? You're like doing an exchange. Remember the movie Bridge of Spies? You've got to have seen it. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. It's a Tom Hanks movie. I think it came around maybe like 2018-ish. Tom Hanks is in the movie, and he was an American, I think he worked for an automaker, maybe GM or something like that, and so he was used as a spy because no one would suspect that he was a spy. So he was used as a spy. Okay, we'll continue on. Yep. Bridge of Spies is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, and there he is, Tom Hanks in that the bridge. And you got to see that movie because it's about spying. Okay, here's what they call a polygraph machine. So they strap you up and like measure your heart rate, measure your breathing speed, and measure your skin and everything else to see if you're lying. So if you're lying, then the machine would go like very rapidly, like up and down, up and down, up and down. But I wonder if you're telling a lie, but you think it's the truth, then it will come out as the truth, right? Or how about this? Like, I don't know. I don't know whether it would work or not, but there's ways to fool the lie detector machine as well. This guy, Ultra James, he was like loyal for 20 years to the CIA, and then he got into like financial trouble, and then the KGB decided to offer him some money, and he flipped on the CIA. He was a traitor. This took place in about 1985. That's why if you're working for a top secret clearance or one of those agencies, you cannot have bad finances, because if you have bad finances or debt, you would be exposed to spying. Or if you have any other thing that someone could blackmail you with, like for example, Bob Iger and Disney, then Kathleen Kennedy can like blackmail you with that, and that way she can't get fired no matter how many awful movies she makes for Disney. You know, so, oops, did that come out? Okay. Okay, let's keep on moving. Okay, here's the map of Berlin, and I think we're about right there or so. Right there. Yeah, Potsdamer Platz. Not to be confused with Potsdam, the city. I was at Potsdam, the city, yesterday to see this really fake version of Phantom of the Opera, but that's a different story entirely. Okay, so let's see if this will flip to English. Okay, it says Cold War in Berlin, intelligence agencies in Berlin, conspiratorial places, intelligence operations, and flight actions. So maybe you change this, maybe a course of the wall today, intelligence, okay, intelligence, conspiratorial places, flight actions, spy swap, it's not working, monitored hotels, it's not working, but anyways, this is what it would be. I don't know if you can see or not, but this is like a secret peephole, so you can peep peep at people doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. Like, okay, so the lady is like doing a honeypot operation where she's trying to, seduce the man, and that's what's going on in there. But this is all very secret, very secret. Da-na, da-na, dun, 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 dun. For your eyes only, I see it in your eyes. Okay, that's 007. That's 007. And that's a spoof of 007. Steve Carell. Steve Carell, that's a spoof. Okay, let's see if we can find a real 007. Maybe not. But anyways, 007 is a famous spy. His name is James Bond, and he works for Her Majesty's Secret Service. Okay, but everybody knows that. Okay, and this is, what are we talking about here? This is some sort of ballistic missile. Oh, I have no idea what's going on. I think I have to walk over there to find out. We're not actually going to go in there. That's a laser tag game that's going on over there, so we're not going to go in there. Okay, we're not going in there. We're not. Okay, this is what's called a burn bag incinerator. Like if you put important stuff in here, what you have to do is you have to put it through the shredder machine first, and then you have to put it into a burn bag. Okay, where it gets burned so that your secret stuff doesn't get out. Okay, we'll head on over here. Okay, here's some movies. Bridge of Spies. This is Homeland with Claire Danes from My So-Called Life. And that one is The Bourne Conspiracy. And there was a scene in The Bourne Conspiracy that took place in Alexandria. Ah, look, in Homeland. That's where we are. That's where we are right now at Potsdamer Platz. That's where we are. Okay, and then of course you know Bridge of Spies. And then over here is Sean Connery in Goldfinger. And then here is Casino Royale. And then, wow, Walther. I think I had a Walther. Or, yeah, it's a Walther. I think my brother-in-law has it. Okay, so, what's this? I don't know this one. Oh, The Americans. Okay, so this is Kerry Russell, and she came over to the United States as a KGB agent a long time ago, and then she had a daughter who's also a KGB agent and went to a TV series called Manifest. Okay. And then, okay, so you have, this is, I think, from the Bridge of Spies movie, or maybe it's a different movie. Maybe this is Mission Impossible. We'll see. Okay, I'm not sure. But, okay. That's a red phone. Like you know, like, okay, so here's a different version of James Bond. Okay. And then over here you'd have the skydiving. Oh, Jaws from Moonraker. And this was his uniform in the movie, or his costume in the movie. Wow, look at those shoes compared to ordinary people's shoes. Okay, and then what's this over here? SIM card. I don't know about that. You got to be careful with using Wi-Fi because people could spy on your information, take your bank account. Okay, be careful. Don't be using that airport Wi-Fi. Okay. So here's more of the James Bond 007. Originally, I think Dr. No was the first movie, right? Yeah, Dr. No, and then there was From Russia with Love, and The Third Finger, or Goldfinger, was the third movie. And then there was this guy, George Lazenby. He was only in one movie, and it was kind of a joke. No one really treats it as real. And then after that, it was Roger Moore. Remember in Roger Moore in Lost in Translation? Lat Pak, Roger Moore. You look a lot like Roger Moore. Okay, Roger Moore. I think my favorite Roger Moore movie was For Your Eyes Only. For Your Eyes Only, if you saw that movie, 1981. Definitely my favorite song of that year, For Your Eyes Only. There it is, 1981. For Your Eyes Only, Song of the Year Award, Sheena Easton, undisputed. I'm sorry, can I go over here? Okay, sorry. Okay, this is Timothy Dalton. He was the next one after. My favorite James Bond movie of all time is The Living Daylights. And remember, they were using the cello as a skiing board, and then they skied across the border of Austria and Switzerland, I think. And then here is the next one. He was only in 2 movies because License to Kill was a box office bomb. Next time, and then you have Daniel Craig. I'm sorry, the next one would be Pierce Brosnan. And remember Christmas Jones? Christmas Jones, you remember her? And Christmas Jones was... Is that... No, that's not her. Okay. Well, Christmas Jones was played by Denise Richards, who was in Starship Troopers. Remember that? And then finally you have Daniel Craig, and probably the best Daniel Craig movie was the first one, which was Casino Royale, and also Quantum of Solace. It was pretty brutal at the end when the bad agent was just given no water, left in the desert, but he was given a can of motor oil, so if he was thirsty, he'd have to drink that motor oil, and that's it. And then here we're talking about spies and conspiracy theories. One of the conspiracy theories is that John F. Kennedy was murdered by the CIA, but it's not a conspiracy theory because there was a second shooter at the grassy knoll, and some guy confessed in 1980 that he was the shooter before he died, but no one believes him. Okay, and is there any other ones here? Okay, I don't know about this Bulgarian connection. We'll keep moving on. And of course, September 11th, 2001, September 11th, 2001. Okay, did George Bush purposely work with Al-Qaeda to destroy the World Trade Center, not because of Towers 1 and 2, but because of Building 7, which had a whole bunch of financial documents that once were ruined, prevented anybody from knowing all the bad things that George Bush did. This one is a far-fetched rumor, and I don't believe it. But John F. Kennedy being killed by the CIA definitely happened. Okay? And so there's this Nazi... Oh, okay. So you have some Nazi conspiracy rumors, like, for example, did Hitler survive after World War II and go to South America? Do we know anything about that? Adolf Eichmann was captured. So I think if Hitler went there, then maybe he would have been captured too. But thousands of people say they saw Hitler. And okay, so if it wasn't true, then why did the CIA director J. Edgar Hoover send a bunch of FBI agents to go looking for Hitler in the 1950s? Okay, and over here we've got NATO partisan talk. Okay, so usually the Western forces like British MI6, CIA, and Mossad would team up on one side, and then the other side, of course, is the KGB. KGB, now known as FSB. KGB, FSB. Okay, so I think we're about done with the museum. Okay, I think we're just going to end it here. Okay, this is like a disguise. Here's your spy kit, right? You got mustache and glasses, make you look different, and so forth. Okay, and then I think that's the end of the museum. Thanks for watching. This area here, they let you dress up. So I've dressed up a little bit, still very handsome. And you see the dress up. You can't even tell it's me, can you? You can't even tell it's me, can you? Okay, thanks for watching for real. Thanks for watching. Okay, not quite done yet. Near the exit, there's this little spy-mobile thing. Spy-mobile. It says, no trespassing, verboten. Okay, so that's the spy-mobile. And here it is. It's surveillance equipment inside, and they're listening to you, tracking you, watching you from inside your house. And there's more conspiracies. Okay, and there is the exit. That's it. Okay, so that's where the Spy Museum was. And here is where the Mall of Berlin is. Right inside that Mall of Berlin, where we were also there yesterday. Of course, the world has McDonald's. Again, circle, Spy Museum. Trees. And Mall of Berlin, Mall of Berlin.